Hey guys, Alex here, K390 testing. We're gonna do the wrap up tonight. Let's do a quick overview of what we've done. Got my notes right here. So first we did the K390 production, the Spyderco, factory edge. We got fine edge is 136 feet. Working edge was another 181 feet with a total of 317 feet. Not so great. Did a sharpening, DMT coarse, DMT fine, 1 micron, 10 times per side. We got fine edge was 152. Working was another 181 with a total of 333 feet. Not great again. So, I did a quick test with the regrind. Showed you the regrind video. I did a quick test. We're going to do another test tonight and compare the custom with the production K390. But after the K390 regrind, the DMT coarse, DMT fine, 10 passes with a 1 micron strop. Fine edge was 204 feet, so a significant increase. Working edge was another 280 feet, so a significant increase, almost 200 or almost 100 more feet. And then total was 485 feet, and that was a 52% increase over factory edge and a 44% increase over the resharpen. So that's what the K390 production did after the regrind. I assume it's going to do similar tonight, and I assume, or I'm almost betting a lot of money that my custom will beat that, only because of the softness of the steel on the production and the stock thickness. So I'm going to show you an overview, and then we're going to get into cutting. I'm going to do the cutting live, or not live, but recorded. I know there wasn't a little confusion, but I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew I was actually cutting cardboard while I was doing this. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so this is the setup we got. First, we got my K390 Great White custom. This is at 65 HRC. This was heat treated at Peter's Heat Treat. And then we have the regrind that I did. I'm assuming that is 63 HRC, and that's just based off of the testing of the Para 2. Hopefully some of you guys get these out to Kurt and get them tested so we can figure out what the hardness is. Sharpening it, it was like sharpening very soft carbon steel, basically. So my setup is for these type of tests, I don't do freehand on these just because I want to get a more consistent angle. So what I do is I do the magnet system for DMT. Knife clips onto here. There's a couple of adjustments here, and then this guy slides into here, and there's a magnet on here. I highly recommend this if you want to get into freehand sharpening, because it kind of gives you an angle of which to hold your knife, and you get a pretty consistent angle, and I think it's better than a lot of the like the KME and the Lansky. I haven't had the KME, it's pretty slick, but I have had the Lansky, and it kind of is limited in its ability. But this one is very nice. This kind of got me into freehand sharpening. I freehand sharpen all my knives now, again, except for these, and except for when I send customs out to customers. I want that angle to be consistent, so I use this. I'll probably do a gear review on this sometime down the road. After that, I check the edge. I mean, right now we're at about in between 35 total degrees and 30 degrees, so call it 17. degrees per side. After that, do a 1 micron strop. This is a custom strop I made myself. It's a folding strop just because I wanted to keep it from getting dirty. Yeah, cow leather on this side, cow leather on this side. So we got the smooth side and the nappy side, I guess you would call it. I deburr on here, but I didn't deburr these on here because it's not within the parameters. I want to keep everything within the parameters of what everyone is using. And yeah, so DMT coarse, DMT fine, 1 micron, and then this is the edge we have on both the production and the custom. No funny business there. Cool. Gonna tape it off, 1 inch spacing, and the degrees per side that we currently have, 11 thousandths behind the edge to 16 thousandths. I measured kind of down the whole thing and kind of got a gauge on it. That's what we're looking at. This is a little bit thicker only because I'm actually going to send this out to a customer, and that is, we're looking at 14 thousandths behind the edge, which is perfect for what I want this to be. So that's where we're at with that. I'm going to cut up some cardboard and then we're going to get into it, and then we're going to talk about it a little bit more. And then there's a few things I want to touch on at the very end, with some people kind of praising the K390 production knives, and I just want to, I'm not going to call anyone out, but I just want to like clarify some things, because I think people think that M390 and K390 are great steels, and they are, but only if they have a proper heat treat. And I think that there's confusion as to what you're getting and what you should be spending your money on. And I just want people to be, you know, buyer beware sort of thing. Like, these are great steels. M390 is a great steel. K390 is an awesome steel. It's my favorite steel. So I just want to dispel any, like, anyone saying like, yes, this is good as is, let's go pop some staples, let's go cut wire with it. Sure, it's gonna do that, but not well, and it's definitely, the edge retention is, in my opinion, garbage on this knife currently. With the regrind, obviously, it's a little bit better, but I just want to dispel any notions that at this hardness that this knife is better or a better steel than you can get, because there's a lot of hard S30V that would outperform this any day of the week. So cool, let's get into the cutting, and yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, let's get started. We're going to do the Spyderco K390 production, 11 thousandths behind the edge, DMT coarse, DMT fine, 1 micron, 10 passes per side. We're going to do till it stops shaving hair, and then we're going to do the until it stops cutting printer paper cleanly, I might add. Cleanly for both. If I have to push shave my arm, I'm gonna stop. We're gonna do that. I'll record everything. I'm gonna do the custom after that, record everything, do some math, and then we'll reconvene and do final thoughts. Thank you.
He appointed Henry as his second in command, knowing Henry was intensely anti-labor. Okay? The amalgamated...
Alright, test is over. Results. So, the production Spyderco K390 regrind, DMT coarse, DMT fine, 1 micron strop, fine edge, 183 feet, working edge, 514 feet, giving a total of 697. Now I told you I did this test before, and I got a total edge of 485. Not good with percentages off my head, so I will post those at the end of the video. But it did significantly better than the first test. The only thing I can attribute it to is I am using different cardboard, and there might have been a burr on the other sharpening that I didn't take off completely. So this goes to show a regrind is significantly improves the performance of a knife. It almost doubled the performance of the factory edge. So we're at 697 feet. That's a little over half. Let's get into the custom that I made. So we have K390 Custom Shark. HRC is 65. Behind the edge is 14 thousandths. Fine edge, 421 feet. And you saw me doing the hair shaving underneath the light. It was still popping hairs towards the end there. I really had to scrape to get a hair to pop at the very end. That's why I stopped that. Working edge, did a 100% of the fine edge, so we're at 493 feet. And I probably could have gone a little further. I did stop it because it got hung up and I didn't want people to think that I was cheating. So I didn't sharpen this at all. Still has a tape on. I mean, it still cuts paper cleanly. Like, we could have still hung up a little bit there. We still could have gone on with that test. I think we could have got a little bit more out of it. But right now we are sitting pretty. Total is 914 feet. That's better than pretty much any production knife currently on the market. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident with that. As far as the fine and working, both are, a little bit better than most production knives. As far as customs, obviously mine, I don't have any other customs to compare K390 to, so I don't know. But that's where we're sitting right now. So yeah, those are the results. So, sharpest knife, I guess, is the winner is my custom versus the production reground K390. A few takeaways. The stock edge, or the stock thickness rather, is thinner on my knife than it is on this. Obviously, you can see the thickness. And I want to dispel all rumors of heat treat doesn't matter. Obviously, this heat treat fucking matters. These are both K390. I got this K390 from Alpha Supply. This K390, I don't know, obviously it all comes from Bowler. But I'm assuming the heat treat is around 63. We'll find out when people start testing them, but this did significantly better. 200 more feet, I guess, with the regrind, and then 600 more feet better than the production, factory edge. So that's what we're getting into when we're talking about, does heat treat matter? Does geometry matter? Obviously, the geometry of this is a little bit thinner than my behind the edge, but because this is harder, and the stock thickness is smaller, it's going to outperform this no matter what. So you got to take those variables in. People talk about, a stool, like a three-legged stool. We got composition, we got hardness, and we got geometry. Like, if so far I have two of the same things on that stool leg are the K390 composition of the metal. The other two factors are significantly, I mean, the geometry isn't significantly better than this, but I still have the hardness. So take it for what it is. I mean, hardness does matter. And when you have a really good steel like K390, it needs to be taken care of. It needs a high hardness. That's the whole point. The whole point of the steel is to have a high working hardness under high heat. That's why you temper it at 1,000 degrees. You're heat treating it at 2100, roughly, a little bit, maybe 50 degrees more, 50 degrees less, but you're heat treating it at 1,000 degrees, and people are going to think, oh man, it's going to soften the steel. It's not. It's meant to do, that's the whole purpose of this. And you're triple tempering the steel at 1,000 degrees. It's not going to make it soft. Just read a book, guys. That's all I'm saying. So, mine won, you know, winner. So yeah, those are the takeaways. I know there's some dudes online. I mean, there's only one right now that I know. I'm not going to call him out. He did testing, you know, cutting up cardboard with the factory edge, and somehow got, you know, 300 feet. I don't know what his parameters were as far as, like, did he shave his hair? Did he? It's just it stopped cutting paper, I guess, at 300 feet. So, if that's the case, then we're pretty close to what my results are at 317 on a factory edge. So, yeah, I mean, that's not good, in my opinion, for production K390. So this is a $184 knife. If you want to spend your money on that, go ahead. My custom with the custom heat treat is going to run you $237, and you're going to cut, I mean, significantly better than this thing. So, yeah, I think what's next on the docket is LMAX. I got some custom LMAX lying around, so we're going to get into maybe doing some LMAX testing in the next few weeks. If anyone has a production LMAX knife, wants to hook me up, I mean, let me know. I'm just going to use the DMT, you know, guided system on it. So if you guys are running KMEs and stuff, it's not going to be any different. If you don't trust me with sharpening, then you can sharpen it on your KME. Make sure it's, you know, the 300 grit to 600 grit, and then I can strop it, or you can strop it, whatever. I mean, I still feel confident that my knife is going to beat that no matter what. So that's where we're at right now. I want to do LMAX next. And yeah, thanks for watching. Get a hold of me if you have any questions, any comments or concerns. Yeah, I'm here. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys.